Hey guys, Professor here. Let's go into this. One of my favorite indicators, MACD. So let's talk about MACD. Again, the ticker we're looking at is MRO, oil stock, one of my favorites. MACD is a momentum trading indicator. Let me show you how to get it. Let's go here, FX, indicators. Type in MACD, M-A-C-D. I already have it here. I start it. Click on it. And here it is. So let's check this out, right? Double click. By the way, here's a little tip for you. Double click on the screen, goes away. Double click back, comes back. And if you want to expand MACD, double click on it. Just like that. Okay? So let's just jump to the daily chart. We always do a top-down approach, looking at it overall. So let's check this out. Let's move my face to the corner. What I want to show you is we're going to go deep into MACD right now. Okay? So number one, let's break this down. My face, I swear to God, it's in the way. Okay. Cool. Let me get the pen. All right. This blue line right here and this orange line right here. The blue line are the buyers. You always want the buyers to be above the sellers. This orange line is the seller line. So when the blue line is above the orange line, the buyers are in control. They're running the show. And that's what you overwhelmingly want always. So let me show you more. Let's keep going into it. What you also want is this. You might not be able to see it here, but this zero right here, 0 point, right in the center. This is called a histogram, by the way. Again, vocab not important, but just good for you to know. This is the 0 point histogram right here. You always, absolutely always want to be in the trade when the lines are above the 0 point histogram. Always in this area. By the way, we're on the daily chart. You don't want to be in when the candles are below here. Sorry, not the candles. The buyer-seller lines are below here. I'm going to show you why in a second. You always want to be when the buyer and seller lines are up here. So check this out. So that's one. Let me just give you the layout of the land first before I talk about anything else. Also, let's expand this. What I want you to keep in mind is, and you'll notice something. You see these massive mountains right here. And then there's massive mountains to the downside. So let's talk about these. Let's go into it. Green is good. Momentum is picking up. Light green, it might be losing momentum as it's going down. And then it gets into the red. Loss of momentum, it's slowed down. Sellers are in control, as you can see. So that's that. What I also want you to notice is these steps on the edges of the bars. I want you to notice how they're getting wider and wider. Okay? Take a note of that. When they start becoming the same size, that usually means there's a shift, and I'll show you the candles in a second. I'm just giving you an overlay of the map practically, because this is your map. It helps you find the way. When it starts evening out, it starts going to the downside. It starts losing momentum. And then there was a pump of volume here probably. And then when it starts doing this, that's a good sign. Get the hell out of the trade, usually. So that's that. That's another one. What else I want you to notice is this. Let me show you. Let me expand this. I want you to notice the gaps between the buyers and seller lines, okay? Check this out. As the gaps get wider and wider, you'll see bigger momentum, bigger moves to the upside or downside, depending on who's in control, sellers or buyers. And then when the lines start to narrow, the price starts to shift. And here it would be to the downside. Let me show you. See right here? Look, it started going up. It started narrowing. Sellers took over right here and to the downside. The fall of it. As you can notice right there. Let's go back. So you got the color. You got the sides of the bars. You got the differences between buyers and sellers. You got the gaps between the buyers and seller lines. You also got the point that you want to be in when the buyers and seller lines are above the 0-point histogram, not below, never below. So let me show you another part, right? Check this out. Let me see one where it's, okay, here we go, perfect. You see how the buyers and seller lines are above the 0-point histogram? Look at the bars, the positive bars, the green bars, the light green bars. Much bigger. And look at the red, much smaller, right? Now check the opposite. When the buyers and seller lines are below the 0-point histogram, look at the wildness of these red bars right here. Look at that. You most definitely don't want to be in this trade. Look at the candles now. Look at that. Look at that fall. So keep that in mind. Now that I went over that with you guys, you got a good overview of that. Let's check this out. Again, you always want to do the top-down approach. So overall, you can see my ticker MRO to the downside, losing momentum, right? Let's go on the hourly. Let's see how the MACD looks. Downside, staying here, red, red, red. As you can see in the price action to the downside. Looks like it's going sideways here, consolidating. Let's go to the 15. All right. Again, to the downside. It had a little move to the upside today, but still to the downside, as you can see with MACD. Let's click it. You could have got in right here. Look at this nice one. You saw that it was going above the buyers and seller lines. Sorry, the buyers were in control above the 0-point histogram. You could have rode that wave. And then to the downside. And you slowly go down the line because we only trade in the 1 minute, 5 minute. But it's good to look at the daily, hourly, 15-minute to get a good understanding of where the trend is going, where the momentum is going. And that's it, guys. That's the MACD. I hope you use it because guess what? I absolutely love the MACD. All right, guys. Professor out. See you soon.